I just want to talk about the stooping. When the law had caught all of humanity in the act of our degradation and our sin, and Satan thought for sure he had cornered God and was going to kill him with his own law. And when all of man's future stood in the balance, and the gavel of the judge was standing in the middle of the air, God himself slipped out of his judge's robe and stooped down, left the royal diadem and the host of heaven, left the sea of glass, and stooped down from eternity into time. He stooped down from a celestial body into a terrestrial body. He stooped down from the praises in the heaven into the mundane manger on some dirty road. He stooped down. That's what the birth of your Lord is. The birth of your Lord Jesus Christ is simply God stooping him down. Paul said he humbled himself. He said he became poor that through his poverty we might be made rich. That's what the gospel message is. The good news for fallen souls is that when we were down on the ground, a God who stood above us in his righteousness, he stooped.
I may be in the fire, but I know favor is coming.
Isn't it funny, my brothers and sisters, that while religious men stood up, the Lord of glory stooped down.
You can have peace in the midst of the storm. I'm asking us today to hold on to our peace.
And all the class was suspended. And all the students stood in awe as the rabbi, the master, the orator, the teacher himself, he stooped down. He stooped down because she couldn't get up. He stooped down because he knew if there was any hope of reconciliation, the entire responsibility rests upon his shoulders, and that if he didn't do it, it wouldn't get done. And since none of these religious men would come where she was in answer to their accusation, he said not a word. He just took down an eye. Ernest, I have to thank him. Not for my car, not for my house, not for my clothes, none of that, not for my job, not for any of my books. I have to thank him because when I was caught in the act, he stooped. Good God Almighty, I was in trouble and God stooped.
God said he would prepare a table before us in the presence of our enemies. That means God will elevate you so that all those that tried to keep you down will clearly see.
I know maybe he could stand up and save you, but he had to stoop down to save me. He had to stoop way down to save me. They wasn't lying on me. I was caught in the act. I was guilty. I was born in sin and shapen in iniquity. And had the law had its way, I should have been stoned to death. But when they had their rocks ready to kill me and they had their evidence ready to destroy me, it wasn't what he said that delivered me. It was what he did when he stooped. Oh, God, he stooped.
Find that place of rest. That's when God says he will fight your battles. He will make your wrongs right.
That's what Jesus is. Jesus is God stooping down. That's what gospel is, God stooping down. That's what ministry is. It's stooping down. And you can't help anybody, preacher, until you. So before you speak, stoop down. That's what Jesus is. Jesus is God stooping down. Stoop down. He stooped down. Good God Almighty. I was in trouble and God stooped